last left off, the party had just, well, for the most part, concluded their business in Iman and the, well, presumably future realm of Taldore, as things look as they leave. And they've just kind of reconvened at the Alabaster Lyceum to have a bit of a discussion with Belveril, who is supposed to be able to get them to this supposed City of Doors using the tablet that they've been hauling around for quite some time after pulling it from the Tomb of Yormorn back in their homeworld. So, any last business before you guys meet up to, well, hopefully depart for the City of Doors?
I'd like to have the guy teach me how to do this. I'm going to learn anyways, but like I want to be able to write it down.
Okay. All right. So for the most part, given that you spent like that whole night when he was trying to make sense of the tablet, you have a pretty good idea that it's really a combination of you need to be in tune with the deity from whom it was provided, in this case, your deity, Bahamut. And there is a certain passage of text on the tablet itself that you do need to read aloud for the effects to actually take hold.
All
So,
right.
Anything else?
Did we ever talk to Zan?
You did. It was kind of one of those, post-parade, kind of, how would I put it? Like farewell kind of things, not a whole lot of deep conversation there other than, you found out that she has been named sovereign of the new realm as it's kind of forming into something at least a bit more free, if not necessarily a public or democracy. It's a more populace-friendly kind of structure. And her people, kind of against her own wishes, nominated her to lead them going into this new age.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. So if no one else has anything they'd like to do, you all return to the Lyceum, meeting up with Belveril and upon kind of congregating and listening to his careful instructions of maintaining physical contact with everyone who is to be a part of this spell. Kind of get in position, and given that he doesn't have any reason to go to the City of Doors with you, he then passes the tablet over to Trogdor. And reciting the single passage that must be spoken to make this happen. Well, as Trogdor begins to read, you see a bright silverish light begin to emanate from his eye. And the voice coming out of his mouth seems almost otherworldly. Kind of this low, rumbling sound, reflecting something clearly beyond the scope of your known reality, to say. And this deep rumbling voice proceeds to say, Shavraktor, Nif ver ifni yor etazar tobor. At which point, every rune on the tablet begins to glow with that same nearly blinding light. And everything around you just sort of fades away. You're surrounded on all sides by this blinding light for a good 10 seconds before you see what looks like kind of a town square marketplace area begin to come into view and almost materialize around you. Looking around, you see that you do appear to be in a city of some sort. And it doesn't appear to be Amon. The people and creatures you see milling about seem, well, considerably more diverse than what you left behind. Where before you would have just seen mostly humans with a few elves, half-elves, and dwarves kind of interspersed throughout. You now see, sure, all of those, but Dragonborn, Tabaxi, cat people, all manner of gnomes, and even beyond that, see what look like strange skeletal creatures just walking around amidst all these people. And even more, these leathery skinned, almost dark red tinged creatures. You see humanoids with massive white wings, white feathered wings folded behind them. You see other animal folk. It seems like just about all types of beings that you could conceive of just walk the streets in relative peace here. Because it seems as though you've witnessed fiends and angels and everything, even in this first 5 seconds, just sort of passing by without so much as a second glance at one another. As you look up, you see that there's not a sky per se above you, so much as what seems like a remnant of that white light that you saw in your transition here. There's no blue sky, it's just a blank white space that exudes the light that sort of simulates a daylight of sorts in the marketplace in which you currently. You've certainly arrived somewhere. What are you doing? Looking.
Do I see any doors?
I mean, you see doors that lead into buildings.
Oh, I'm disappointed. I thought it was gonna just be like the Matrix hallway of just doors.
Does it look like there's any kind of guards of any sort?
You don't see anyone standing about in that kind of traditional keeping guard sense. No.
Does it just seem like a completely neutral area, like no one bothers anyone?
It certainly looks that way.
I guess we need to figure out how we can, take a portal or something to our own world.
Maya's just looking kind of in amazement because she hasn't seen a lot of these, races before. She's trying to not openly stare and failing.
Rude.
Does Bungdo see anything that looks like a merchant?
Oh yeah, all over the place.
Fuck yeah!
Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? Any particular type of merchant?
Not as of yet. Just, gears turning.
Okay.
Actually, now you mention it. Does it look like there's any magic street stands or buildings or anything where I can get a bag of holding? Maybe I can find one for cheaper.
Well, you could certainly make an investigation check. All right. Looking around, you do see a number of vendors.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm like AFK and not even in the fucking thing. I'm not on Roll20. Hold on, I'm getting on.
Good job. Slow clap for Phil. Yeah, you look around, and there are a number of enchanters and magic item vendors. But pricing-wise, you probably would have been better off buying what you found in Iman.
Oh, gee.
Looks like we just need to go back to our own realm and buy it there. Because it's cheap. Fucking international trade laws and shit.
I don't know, where do you guys want to start looking?
I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
find someone important and ask them. Someone knowledgeable looking.
Yeah, we kind of came here on a whim. We never even really stopped to ask what the City of Doors actually is. Because I was under the impression that it's a place you go to go wherever else you want to go. Like, it has a bunch of teleportation circles and shit.
Right.
And obviously that's not the case. So, I don't know. How do we know who's in charge here?
Look for the biggest building.
Okay.
Did the guy I study with tell me anything about this place?
He was spending quite a bit of effort and energy just translating and making sense of what's going on with that tablet. So he didn't have a lot of time for small talk or even educational background stuff like that.
Alright.
But as you're having that conversation about, looking for the biggest building or whatever, I'd like all of you to go ahead and make perception checks. Okay, so as you're kind of brainstorming, you see that Maya is perhaps a little bit more taken aback than you've seen her, even in her still kind of uninitiated ways as a someone who spent a lot of time secluded, hasn't seen a whole lot of great architecture, cultural influence. And you see that she's kind of tracing the the skyline of the city. You can see that the city itself almost seems to curve out of sight beyond the horizon, as though that horizon is much closer than it should be. And looking from side to side, you can all begin to notice that it looks as though the is built on the interior wall of some sort of ring.
We talking like Halo-sized ring, or?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty big, and it all kind of begins to come together a little bit. That what you're looking up at probably isn't a sky at all, which would explain a lot. It's the outer edge of some kind of large ring-shaped construct.
Well. That's something you don't see every day, I guess. I'm gonna take my rock out of my pouch and just like throw it up as high as I can and straight up in the air.
Okay. Yeah, so you throw it up, and it goes as one would expect it to go.
Okay.
Your down still seems to be gravity's down, if that's what you're going for.
Yep, that's what I was checking. Okay. So before if it starts on its way down, I'm just gonna vamp it back to my belt before it comes down and hits somebody in the head.
Okay,
So
fair enough.
Yeah,
it just sails up and you poof it back.
Huh. Okay. Well, gravity seems to be okay, at least for a bit. I guess your advice, Maya, let's go find the biggest building.
Can I perceive the biggest building?
You can give it a shot.
My nat 20 already doesn't give me that.
I mean, there are parts of the city that are just out of sight for you, given that it's, effectively a circle. I would say you guys could all go ahead and make investigation checks.
Oh, okay.
No.
I'm gonna send my Raven around looking for it, and I can see what she sees.
Okay, go ahead and roll another investigation check. We'll kind of treat it like advantage. Okay.
Should I roll an investigation?
Yeah, I was kind of wondering what was going on there.
Not enough sleep.
Okay.
How long did you sleep for?
3 hours?
Oh my god.
Plus an hour?
That's 4.
That was me yesterday.
Well, I had a sleep from 11 to 12 and a sleep from 7 to...
A sleep. Just one.
A sleep. Yep.
Those numbers don't add up.
Boomdo, you gonna roll?
I thought I already did. God damn it, yes. Fucking clicked it, didn't do anything.
Oh, it's probably gonna double. Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, as you kind of begin to make your way around the city and perhaps draw a few knowing stares from the locals as you kind of walk around wide-eyed and taking in the sights. There are a number of larger buildings to be seen around the city. It's kind of hard to tell what a lot of them are for. but there are several, I guess what you could classify as large walled-off keeps kind of interspersed throughout the area.
Ignore that. I was trying to open it up to read it.
Uh-huh.
Well, can I find someone and ask? Just a helpful looking person.
A helpful-looking person. Okay. Sure. So, let's see. You've kind of looking around your immediate circle. There's, well, a lot of kind of hustle and bustle going on. But, standing off at one side of the road, you see a kind of smartly dressed, if a little dingy-looking, humanoid male, kind of probably some kind of crossbreed. You can't really tell for certain what racial background he is, but he actually kind of makes eye contact with you as you are scanning and looking around. And as his eyebrows kind of raise up, he looks around and looks at the group and kind of makes his way across the street to you, almost as though he was expecting some sort of engagement. And walks up and, again, kind of looking at the whole group again, says, you need some help?
Yeah, we're not sure where we should go.
So, you're primes then?
By that you mean from the prime material plane, right?
See, this one gets it. You know how many people I have to explain that to on the daily?
That doesn't surprise me.
No. Well, I think so.
Yes.
You do know where you're from, yeah?
Yes.
I know
Good.
where I'm from. Can't guarantee about the rest of the group.
Just face palm.
Alright, so, what brings you to the cage?
The cage. We had a way to get here, and we were told that it was the City of Doors. Same thing?
Yeah, City of Doors, cage, the bird cage, Sigil. Heard of it?
Do you mean sigil?
That's what a fucking prime would say.
I've heard that term used on the prime material plane, but it means quite a bit different than city. On our plane, it's
That's why it's a different word then, right?
yeah. Similar
Kind of
words.
looks over at Trogdor like, yeah, get it?
You'll have to excuse most of them haven't really dabbled too much in magic.
Bungdo just kind of looks at Togar with a dumbfounded look.
I said most. And
So, okay.
I gesture towards Trogdor and say, yeah, he deals with the church more than with the magical.
I'm the one that brought you here.
Oh, so you're the reason they're here without any reason, knowledge of where they're going then. That seems about right.
Yeah. Oh, you don't even know the half of it. Yeah, and I kind of look at him and go, shall we? I'll tell you a story along the way.
Where's the way? Where are you going?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Ashton,
Hmm?
our realm is called Ashton.
It's on the prime material.
Right. And, you have no idea where to begin looking for this place.
Nope.
When I thought of the City of Doors, I was thinking a hallway, a bunch of doors, some labels. Go through and you're good. But then again, I'm
You
a dwarf
must have
who
missed the
dabbles.
city part then, huh?
Yeah. I'm a dwarf. You know how dwarven cities are. It's a bunch of hallways and doors.
Well, if you have no idea how to get back to your place, maybe the best thing to do would be find somewhere to stay for the night.
What time is it?
Bright out. Kind of looks up and shrugs.
Are the day-night cycles similar to prime material plane?
Yeah, sort of. Just kind of turns off sometimes.
Oh. Okay. Do you have any places that you would recommend?
Well, there's quite a few around the city, but I suppose the Silver Tongue would be good.
Alright. And is that nearby?
A couple streets over.
Okay. And I didn't catch your name.
That would be Bartholomew.
Can you spell that?
From one of those places what don't have schools, huh?
Yes. Okay. Alright, yeah. My name's Togar, and I'll extend a hand. What is he? Is he just like a humanoid?
Yeah, he looks like kind of a mutt. Hard to really pinpoint exactly what he is, but he's about, human elf size.
He's not like some blue guy or something, right? He's like...
No, typical, maybe kind of tan-ish skin tone. Looks like he kind of spends a lot of time out on the streets. Probably not homeless, but he has a bit of dust caked on him.
Oh. Well, I'll extend a hand to shake his hand then. Say, I'm Togar Hammerstriker.
He shakes your hand and kind of nods. Kind of looks at the rest of the group. So, you got names?
I'm Maya.
Hold my
Right.
hand out to shake, and I say, my name's Trogdor.
Lilith,
Right.
I put my hand out.
All my greetings have slight bows.
Oh, what?
Slight bows.
Oh, all your greetings.
Yeah.
Okay. Handshakes all around. And, he looks over and kind of looks expectantly at Bungo.
Sure.
Right. Got a name?
Bungo! Fantinga! I said it earlier.
Sure you did.
Okay. I was probably muted. I was muted earlier.
That could be. Okay. Yeah, so handshakes all around, and yeah, he kind of promptly ushers you down the road for a few blocks before eventually you do come to a place, the sign hanging above the door that says Silver Tongue. In the meantime, is there anything that you would like to either be telling him or asking him? I know you said something about telling him a story on the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with how we were basically in Astian. Well, I guess I'll kind of start on it, and when we arrive at the place, I'll say, "Hey, why don't you come in and I'll finish telling you the tale. Have a meal with us or something." My treat.
Sounds like a deal.
So,
What currency is used here?
Well, as you look around and see a number of patrons paying for their meals and presumably for room and board as well, you have kind of a pair of separate desks located on this first floor. It looks like they're using various types of familiar currency. I mean, maybe there are some different faces on them from what you recognize, but you know, generally speaking, pretty similar to what you're used to.
Okay.
and just to keep it short, basically, I just tell him our adventure going in to try to find there was a cloak of the Gray, following Trogdor through a portal and winding up on a war-torn battlefield between a bunch of demons and some elves and humans and stuff. And basically the adventures of the last, couple weeks.
Okay.
And the fact that this is ridiculously crazy because, just studying magic, I've never really seen, interdimensional travel being done, or interplanar travel. So.
Okay. Yeah, so as you're all sitting there and talking it over a nice meal of some kind of sausage and soft cheese and cut up fruit and stuff. And he's just kind of stuffing his face listening to you tell your story and all that. Says, "Oh, it's interesting that you found a way to some other place and wasn't through here."
Well, we think it was, and I look over at Lilith. What was that thing that you said was in there?
Mind Flayer.
Yeah, one of those.
No, wouldn't know. I mean, we've got all sorts around here.
Do you have Mind Flayers here?
He thinks for a moment and are those the ones that? And he kind of puts his hand up to his face and does like a squiggly, tentacle motion.
Yes.
I've seen a few.
Wait, they do that? And I look between him and Lilith?
They're walking around with regular people?
Yeah, I mean, you saw the crowds we walked through. It was demons and angels and all sorts of in between.
What are the laws here, then? Are they restricted by law from fighting, or?
It's strongly discouraged.
I take it there's some sort of a leader of this city. Do you happen to know who that is?
I'm not sure leader would be the best word, but, well, none of us want to get on the bad side of the Lady of Pain.
The Lady of Pain.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I mean, you know how on the Prime Material... Well, the Prime Material plane that we have regional leaders. You know, usually people, or either a group of people, or at least one person who makes decisions for everybody. Is there anything like that here, or no? Or is it just kind of everybody keeps to themselves and does their own thing?
As long as you're not inciting mass violence, it's really not much of an issue.
You want to explain the Lady of Pain a bit more?
Yeah, that would be... I was gonna ask that. Thank you, Lilith.
Well, as tends to be the case with powers like this, no one really knows where she came from anymore. But, well, rumor has it that she created Sigil and sort of keeps it together. And you don't want to do anything that would piss her off, like fighting in the streets. Yeah. Really all I know.
More to do that?
Well, depending on the fight, you might end up in the Dead Book.
The Dead Book?
The Dead Book. That means dead.
Alright, I've never heard anyone say Dead Book before.
That's because you're a prawn.
Aren't you?
Wait, so what happens if people die here? Anything different?
What would be different?
I don't know. I mean, you know, you're directly being watched by the person who created this place. So, you know, I just didn't know if maybe everybody goes to one place that dies here or what.
I don't think so.
Oh, well, that's good.
Are there any temples of any kind here?
Yeah, lots of them.
Do you know where a temple to Bahamut would be?
Which one's that?
Big platinum dragon.
I know I've seen one. Not sure where though.
Look in your DM notes.
Jesus Christ.
This one's fucking balmy, isn't she?
I don't
I
know.
got
We
notes
just
on the whole
recently-
fucking city. What?
We just
Who
recently
does that?
met her. Damn it, Brown, throwing a question that he wasn't ready for.
Well, actually, to be fair, the DM is ready, but Bartholomew doesn't know because he's not really a religious type.
That's what I'm saying, is Bartholomew.
Do you know of anyone could point us to that might know?
Go to a temple? I mean, you believe in a god, you probably know something about other gods, right?
No.
Guess you know better than I would.
You'll have to excuse him. He's a little religious.
Yeah, Barmy.
Yeah.
Same thing as her.
Ah, gotcha.
I think they call that crazy in the primes.
Ah, okay. That makes more sense. Yep, you've got it pretty much pegged. And then I'll lean over in, like, right next to him and say, kind of point towards Bungdo and say, you really gotta watch out for that one.
Bungdo just snickers.
Well, I kind of whispered it, but loud enough for Bungdo to hear.
Bungdo snickers quietly.
Okay. He kind of gives you a quick little nod.
Well, I take it the innkeeper might know of or where would we go to find out to, like, where our or where to find our plane, I guess. Is there like a company or like a hub that has people that you can just ask or anything?
Well, funny thing about this whole City of Doors thing is it's not like you can just walk up and see a sign that says "We want to go back to Assfuck" or wherever your world is. Pretty much anything here can be a portal to another plane. What you need is a key.
All right.
Does he have a drawing of a key?
More particularly
glad
a key to
someone-
ass fuck, because I'm kind of interested.
I'm just really glad someone got the reference. Even better, it's a drawing of a key.
So somebody asking where you could find a key or a drawing of a
That's Bungdo.
Yeah, he just says, I mean, keys can look like anything, really. Someone the other day looked like one of those trees you've got in the primes, the pointy ones.
A pine tree?
It had like a in it and sort of dangled there, but the portal key,
How do you pick one of those up and take it to the door?
little tiny one.
Oh, okay.
It was made of paper or something.
Oh. So,
How'd it smell?
Like one of those trees, I think.
so we are looking for something to put it use as a key on something else to get to the prime material plane, but the two things we're looking for, we don't know what they are.
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Seems logical to me.
I asked him if he knows where I could find a key, and I say to this, and I show him the tablet.
That's not a portal. That's a rock.
This is how we got here.
You went through the rock.
Yes.
I use it in the ritual, and it takes us here to the City of Doors.
All right. I don't know what to tell you.
How long have you been here?
Life?
So you were born here.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. What is there to do around here?
What's there to do anywhere? Live?
I mean, like the prime material plane, in my hometown, we have a lot of blacksmiths. We have a lot of, people who work in mines and in metal. The place we just came from was on a coast. They do a lot of water stuff, Is there anything that this place is really known for other than just, holy shit, how did I get here?
Well, with all the different types of people that come through, you get a lot of trade going on. And with trade comes manufacturing and all that sort of thing, but we don't really have natural resources, if that's what you're getting at.
Yeah, I just was curious as to if there was anything kind of unique about this place to see while we're here.
You can go out and see the night sky. Yeah. Just a big old ring in the sky.
What's on the other side of the ring?
Like the outside?
Yeah.
It'd be the Outlands.
Those sound kind of bad. So
I mean,
is this the
there's
inland?
not much out there. This is Sigil. This is the Cage. This is the City of Doors. It's all that shit.
Okay, gotcha. So do people live in the Outland?
A few. Don't know why you would.
Have I ever heard of this?
Go ahead and make a history check. Nope. What?
Needed an F20. Well, how do people find out what are keys and what are portals?
Well, probably the easiest way would be to find someone who travels to wherever you're going and maybe negotiate some sort of passage with them.
Gotcha. Any place any better to find people like that? Like, is there a bazaar of people willing to take you somewhere?
I mean, not really one place. Suppose if you were really trying to find somewhere, well, there's a sort of a square in the guild hall. A few people tend to congregate at. It's kind of hit and miss, though.
Okay. I look at the rest of the group. You guys want to head there and see if we can find something, or do we want to, take a day and look around this place? What do you guys want to do?
We can go there.
Yeah, we should look around.
I wouldn't mind trying to find a blacksmith around here just to broaden my horizons.
Alright.
I'd like to
So what?
look around.
Look around.
Okay.
Look around it is, I guess.
So, in your looking around, anything in particular you're looking for?
I'm just looking for the sake of looking.
Window shopping.
Okay.
I'm looking
Alright.
for another tinkerer's shop. See if anybody has any I guess the way I would describe it, like a steampunk shop, if I can find one.
Okay. So as you wander around, pass by all sorts of different shops and stalls and congregations of people just sort of trading and discussing and just conducting day-to-day business in, well, Sigil, apparently.
Sigil.
Yeah, you see all sorts of strange creatures just kind of going about day-to-day life almost as you would expect to do. All various shapes and sizes. You do pass by a smithy, and looking in there and hearing sounds like a massive hammer being brought down upon something. You see what looks to be a creature mostly made of rock with a single eye located pretty much squarely where its chest should be. And where you would expect a neck on most humanoid creatures, you just see this round, toothy mouth that just opens straight upward with 3 arms branching out from around it, and 3 legs match the 3 arms, keeping it aloft as it holds a large, like a great shield still, with 2 hands and hammers on it with a 3rd.
So it's a 3-arm and 3-legged Cyclops stone monster.
I'm gonna take a quick screen cap because that's a hell of a lot easier.
Yeah, because I'm imagining like the Thing from Fantastic Four with an eyeball in his chest and just instead of a head, just a big gaping maw.
I mean, that's not all that far off, really.
Oh.
Aww.
Huh. Does it acknowledge us if we, like... Or, like, is the door open, or is it closed?
Yeah, the door's open. It's kind of just like an open, almost open air kind of shop. Like, it looks as though there are kind of shutters that recede up into the ceiling area that it can draw shut when it
It's
closes
like a
up.
beach shop?
Sort of.
Okay. I guess I'll wander in and take a look then.
Why is that a thing?
Why is what a thing?
This thing.
Why are you a thing? It probably thinks you're crazy too.
I'm okay with that.
The dwarf is the least shocked of the group, somehow.
He's a smith. I'm not too intimidated by a fellow smith. So yeah, I'll go in.
Alright.
If he acknowledges me, I'll try saying in common, "Hello."
Okay. Let's see.
Big tongue just comes out of the top of that thing and just...
That would be awesome.
So as you approach and attempt to start some sort of conversation, and you say hello, just sort of pauses for a moment, and you see the yellowish eye kind of turn over towards you, and the mouth up top opens, and the sound coming out of it, you can't quite understand. It sounds essentially just like rocks being rubbed together.
Oh. I look back. Anybody understand that?
Yeah.
You see it? While I cast?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, this is a language. So,
What do you say?
essentially, he just said greetings.
Oh. Eh.
Well, hello.
Are you like translating then?
Yeah.
Um,
I didn't really want to talk to him, so just whatever you wanted to say.
I guess I'll say, do you understand common? In common.
Okay. And yeah, he looks over to Lilith, kind of, picking up on what's going on. Most of you just hear, but Lilith can understand that means yes.
Okay. Cool. Greetings. I'm a fellow smith from the Prime Material Plane. More specifically, Astian on the Prime Material Plane, and I see you're working on a project here, so don't let me, take from that. I'm just kind of browsing and just, one smith to another, just checking it out, see what you have, see, And I kind of look at Lilith, just kind of waiting for the response.
All right. He essentially just says, by all means, look around, and if there's anything I can help you with, let me know.
I ask his name.
Yeah. I was gonna say one more thing. Don't be offended by this, but I've never seen anyone like you, ever. I know, like I said, hopefully this isn't rude or anything, but what are you?
All right. So, easy question first. He tells you that he is a creature known as a Zorn.
Okay. Just
Son of
Zorn?
It's
That's what came up when I searched for it, so.
it's XORN.
Oh.
Should watch
Actually,
that show. It's so good.
I watched some of it.
Did it get canceled?
I don't think so. Yeah, it did.
And once that's translated to me, you see me pull out a piece of paper and start scribbling.
Okay.
That's for the sake of it. I'm putting it into my monster manual.
Okay. And yeah, to answer the "what's your name" question, he introduces himself as Skala, Skala.
I expected it to just be some like rock noises or something.
His name is Rock Noises.
It's just like the Key and Peele.
Yep.
That's
exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah. Or jackhammer noises. Okay. Well, what does he have around his shop that looks cool?
So around here you see mostly armor, mostly very heavy armor. He's working on a large great shield right now, like to the point that it would be size appropriate on him, and he is considerably larger than you guys. Lots of finely crafted tower shields, most of which stand taller than Togar.
Damn.
Yeah. And a number of large, heavy sets of armor, mostly made of kind of this non-reflective black metal, and accented with bits of some sort of silver-ish metal as well.
Huh. You say non-reflective. Is it like if you put it? Does it look like if you like were wearing it in a dark alley, it'd be a lot harder to see you?
Yeah, I mean, there's the faintest little bit of reflection of white light off, but instead of like a metallic or pearly kind of reflection, it's like maybe, I guess I'd call it kind of like matte paint.
And does it appear to be a metal I recognize?
Go ahead and I guess we could call that a history check with. It's close enough. We can give you stone cunning for it.
Okay. And that was with I do the check and then it works. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this doesn't seem familiar to you.
Oh. Then I'll say, is this made of a metal that you created?
He tells you that it's not his own creation, but something that his people tend to work in a lot.
Huh. Is it strong, durable, light? This is more me asking you. Like I'm kind of checking the metal.
Seems very durable. Not light at all.
Super heavy.
Yeah, very, very heavy armor.
Is there anything in here that would fit Trogdor?
Yeah, I mean, Trogdor's a pretty big dude. It's probably like just barely in his size range.
He wears baby size stuff. Well, I'll find one and say, "Hey, Trogdor, what do you think? What do you think of this?" And like, kind of point it out to him, have him like pick it up, check it out.
Of the black armor?
Yeah, the one that's in your size.
I have no idea how good it is compared to what I'm wearing. Looks cool.
In an RP sense, I basically just want you to pick it up and see whether it feels light, heavy, like essentially compare it to your own armor.
Do I have to do a roll for that? Is it that heavy?
Yeah, I mean, it is borderline excessively heavy.
Damn.
Okay.
Which roll should I do?
I mean, what are you trying to do? Muscle through it?
Yeah, just pick it up.
I mean, I would say, you're able to kind of pick it up, scope it out, whatever. You don't need to make a roll for it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's heavy to the point of possibly being a bit unwieldy. And I mean, this is something. If you were to adopt this armor over what you currently wear, you would essentially be pure tank mode. I mean, movement might be restricted a bit. Sure, you'd be probably better armored than you are now, but there are certainly trade-offs to be had.
Okay. No, I figured I'd have him lift it up and check it out to compare it to his. Yeah, that's okay. So this guy makes stuff for people about his size.
Thereabouts.
And he's probably like on the higher end of large category?
This one in particular, yeah, he seems to be kind of smaller. So actually, he's not much bigger than Trogdor, but he's stockier.
Okay.
about the same height, but considerably stockier than Trogdor.
So he's basically like a dwarf to scale with Trogdor.
That's exactly
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, that's sweet. Okay. And I'll say, well, that looks like that's even too heavy for you, Trogdor. That armor.
I look at the thing and ask him how much better would it be than the current armor I'm wearing.
You ask the smith that?
Yeah.
Okay. He kind of pauses and looks at your armor and says, "You'd be safer." Also, around this time, you see the smith sort of pause once again and looked at Bungdo, and you hear this like sniffing sound, as though he's caught wind of something.
Oh my god, what do I have on me?
Probably food.
Let's see. Pop up. I have fish. I pull out a fish and show it to him.
He kind of looks at the fish, looks at Bungdo, and then looks over at Lilith, who's been translating all. Says, "Not food."
Oh.
To clarify, he says, "That's not food."
Oh.
It's what?
That's not food.
He's asking for food though?
That's what.
Well, I
smelled.
thought you said food.
Fish.
No, fish.
Like, then he says, "I have no use for fish."
He's still smelling.
Yeah.
What is he smelling with?
I pull out jerky.
Like, what part of his body is twitching that he is smelling with? I'm extremely curious.
You hear the sound emanating from up near his mouth area.
Okay.
There may be something else, like some sort
Inside.
of nostril thing, either inside or behind it or something.
Gotcha. I just was curious as to where.
Where does
Making
he
sure.
poop from?
What was that?
Where does he poop from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I ask what he smells.
There's another. And he looks over, and again translated through Lil. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, no, 5 pieces of food.
Oh god. Really? No, I don't.
What is it?
He wants my fucking gems.
Oh.
I say, no, I don't.
He proceeds to itemize the content.
Wait, he just lists off all of what he has?
Uh-huh.
What Bungdo has? How did you do that? That's amazing.
Bungdo squints his eyes at the being.
Ooh, I reach in my pack and pull out the gold... What is it? I can't fucking read what this says. That doesn't help. Gold ring. Sorry, it's a gold ring with a clear gem on it. Freaking item text is too small. And I'll say, what about this? Is this also food? Well, at least the rock.
Alright, let me clarify what we're looking at. Is this the thing that you... Let's see, where did you get this one?
I think I got it from Shithead in Thoglodar's house. With all the religious necklaces, I think there was that clear ring in there.
Okay.
Or
So I wanna
that
make
ring
sure
with
I
the
knew.
clear gem.
I wanted to make sure I knew which one I was referring to. Let's see.
Are you saying there's more than one?
So you're saying there's a chance?
uh, Alright. So yeah, he kind of sniffs it. Says, the ring is gold. The stone... It's not a stone, it's glass, but it's enchanted.
What? Really?
Okay.
Guys, I think I found the place where I want to spend the rest of my life. This guy's awesome.
Do you know what's it enchanted with?
He holds out one hand and says, "Let me try something."
Okay, I'll put it in his hand. I don't care.
But you
That's fine. It'd be worth it to see this.
All right, so you see him kind of like clasp his claws, between in the opening of the ring to sort of pull it up to his eye and look at it. And you see him kind of close his eye for a moment, and the ring begins to glow red. He opens the eye.
Does it look like a familiar spell?
No.
Okay.
It begins to glow red, and as he looks at it, he then kind of closes his eye again, and the ring changes to turn a yellowish orange.
Like the band itself turns a yellowish orange.
Sorry, the stone changes.
Oh, okay.
The ring remains gold, but the stone set into it, the little glass bead, as you've set into it, seems to be changing color as he does. Opens his eye and looks at it again. And if a creature with no head could nod, that's what he'd be. Last time he closes his eye, and the little bead on the ring turns pitch black.
Ooh.
He opens the eye and kind of, rolls his hand back over, letting the ring rest in his blocky palm, and presents it back to the group. And just says, the bead will glow any color it desires.
It's a mood ring.
I'll take it from him and put it on, and think about it being yellow.
It turns yellow.
Does it actually glow, or does it just change color?
It's kind of a dim glow.
So maybe an immediate 5-foot dim light.
If that.
Okay. I'll just kind of look at the ring for a minute and go, oh, what about this? And I'll pull out the jeweled dagger, or the ornate dagger, and say, what do you, I cannot find anything. I know it's magical in some way, but I don't exactly know anything about this.
Okay.
And I'll just kind of offer it to him and just say, yeah, if you can, if you can tell me anything else about this, that would be Awesome. And I'll actually pull out one of the just little plates of my Togurite that I have, and I'll put that in his hand as well and say, I'll also share a few of my secrets from the Prime Material Plane with you if you would like.
Okay. Yeah, he takes the dagger and again sort of sniffs it. You hear him kind of list off the various things that you kind of suspected were components: gold, onyx, and then kind of pauses and says, "Some kind of binding magic."
Oh.
Soul binding, perhaps?
Wait, what? Soul bind? Like, if you kill something with it, you can bind its soul?
No.
Oh.
Almost as though someone put a piece of themselves into the dagger.
Oh. Right. Okay. And then, like I said, I put the plate. The plates are just small pieces, right? That I have?
Yeah, I mean they're kind of like little bits and pieces you could use to patch up, or repair your armor as needed. So yeah, I would imagine they're not all that big.
And I guess I'll say this now. At some point, I would like to have, like, kind of made essentially business cards out of some pieces of plate and put, Togurite and essentially on it, etched into the plate, like the chemical composition and how to make it.
That's interesting. Okay.
So that is what I give him, is like essentially a business card.
Okay.
So.
All right. And he takes it and looks it over, and you see him kind of like flexing it between his fingers.
It's not nearly as heavy duty as that, but it's also not nearly as heavy.
Yeah, and he says, certainly fine craftsmanship, though not necessarily my cup of tea.
Of course, I just figured, being in the City of Doors, you may see all different kinds, and, what better way to, help a fellow blacksmith out than to share a few tricks. Just in case it's needed.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Recommend me new pair of armor.
Okay. Well, he kind of sizes you up and says, I think you already found the lightest one I have.
Oh, that's the lightest.
The black armor is the lightest you have?
Yes.
Can I try it on before I buy it?
Certainly.
I will spend the, 15, 20 minutes or whatever to take armor off and put it on.
I'll help you on this.
Becca, how long does it take to take armor on and off?
I think it's 5 minutes off, 10 minutes on.
It
You
depends
should
on the
know.
armor, too.
Splint armor.
Yeah, I'll help
Making
him
fun
with
of
it.
Becca.
Yeah, she is.
Trash our party one time by taking her armor off while someone was being possessed by like a dragon or something.
Wow.
Well, then I was, so I wasn't wearing any.
How self-centered.
she was like, I'm gonna go in the water, so I take my armor off.
Everyone went in the armor first, in the water first. We were idiots.
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, it does take a while, but yeah, eventually Trogdor is fully outfitted in this black and silver. Kind of looking it over, what those of you on the outside of the suit of armor can see is this large breastplate kind of setup, tall collar that kind of wraps around behind his head or it. Large black and silver pauldrons over each shoulder, and there is between these large pieces visible very dark gray bits of chainmail, and kind of around the waist and down the legs is just massive singular plate. Word is escaping me, but essentially a piece of armor that covers around the and down the thighs.
A kilt?
No.
Sure, if a kilt was armor.
A chain skirt?
Except it's not chain.
Plate
It's a
skirt?
plate skirt.
Kinda, sorta.
Describe it again real quick. I came in halfway through the
It's like
description.
a single solid piece plate, though.
Solid with the chest piece.
No, the top half and bottom half are separate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would just be a plate skirt,
Okay,
I believe.
so yes, a plate skirt.
Not to be like a semantic asshole. I'm just like,
Yeah.
that's the word for it.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to forget.
You would like a plate skirt instead of plate legs.
How much heavier does this feel?
Well, to put it in game terms, you would probably suffer a multiple movement penalty.
A what?
Like his movement speed would decrease by 10 or more.
What?
Holy shit.
How heavy is
You're literally a fucking tank.
Yeah.
What would my AC go up by?
It'd certainly be higher.
Maybe I should wear it. I can survive the hit to my speed.
Yeah, but can you survive the hit to your dex?
Would it negatively impact my dex?
Very much so.
Yeah, probably.
How much? I mean, I have a 20, so
You can wear heavy armor?
I'm not proficient in it.
Oh, that would fuck all sorts of
Yeah,
up.
I know.
That'd be just as bad as if Trogdor got naked and decided to try to fight. You'd have about the same effect as you putting his armor on.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. How much would this cost?
Yeah.
While this is going on, I'm over by Bungdo, like, trying to work with him on figuring out what the cheapest gem is he has. I want to feed it to this guy and we'll see him eat it.
No, they're all the same.
Oh, are they?
They are all the same.
How much are they worth?
100 each.
100 each? Fuck.
Rip Discord.
I only have 5 platinum, so.
We have more in the bank.
I know, but I'm not gonna waste a platinum on. I was gonna give him from my own pocket, but
That'd be 10 platinum.
I don't know. I just want to give him a gem and see him eat it. Like,
All right. So, in terms of pricing, for this set, you'd probably be looking at somewhere in the 22 to 23 range.
Oh, yeah, 2300?
Yeah, 2200 to 2300.
Oh,
Maybe you can work out a deal because you have something he wants.
Pull out gold ring and gold ring encrusted with ruby, and ask him how much these would be valued to him in a trade towards this armor.
have we seen these before?
Yeah. Picked it up off the guy that got decapitated.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I couldn't. I'm like, where the hell did he get a jeweled encrusted ring? That's right. You're awkward looting.
Okay. He looks it over. It's a quick look, as you get the sense he already knows exactly the ring. But be worth about 700.
Total?
The ring could be worth 700.
The regular one?
Oh, I didn't hear that you passed multiple.
I had a gold ring and then the gold ring encrusted with the ruby.
Okay. The encrusted one is other one.
The encrusted one is enchanted with invisibility permanently.
Other one probably be worth about a.
So you're looking at about a total of 800.
Yeah, I'm curious. I want to try it. I'll give him that, and then the other 1500 in platinum.
Okay. So yeah, he collects his price, and you are proud of. Beautiful plate armor.
Plate?
It's heavy plate.
You're cutting out real bad, Eric.
Really?
Oh, now it's
Testing. Can you hear me now?
Just when you don't test, you cut out.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
that
much.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. So, you are now the proud owner of a set of heavy.
Damn.
Things to note. Stealth roll advantage.
Alright.
Let's see. Your stuff. Your base AC. The AC that you're going to be working does increase by 1. There may be some other stuff going that you're not.
You're cutting out terribly.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Your AC, as reflected on your character sheet, by 1.
Alright.
And there may be some other stuff at work here as well. But that's the only thing you need to worry about.
You said
And
his movement speed goes down, right?
yes. Which is the trade-off for the other going on behind the scene. So, yes, movement speed will increase by 10.
Hey, you're about where I am then. You're a tiny bit slower than me.
Yeah.
Is this like enchanted or something? Can I hit tune to this?
You don't get the sense that it's enchanted, no.
But it's probably immune to something. It's immune to being stabbed.
I'm gonna turn on detect magic. Look at his armor.
Okay. You do not detect any magic.
How
Can
much
I-
is this weigh?
Let's see. This stuff being of a heavier. This would weigh 80 pounds.
Damn!
You need a bag of holding for your armor.
Pretty much. I want to ask him if he's interested in buying my old armor, the splint armor.
He says he'll give you 100.
100?
Yeah.
Alright, that's fine.
Okay.
Selling the armor I gave you, motherfucker.
I traded for it. I feel like a tank.
You look ridiculous. Have you
Actually,
asked
let
your
me.
steed if it can hold you?
What?
I said, have
His-
you asked your steed if it can even hold you now?
His steed is magical. I mean, it should be able to. Does his steed also take a hit for speed?
But no one else would be on the ride anymore.
Yeah, it would probably be something.
Not even Bungdo.
Bungo's a
Yeah,
rhino,
doubtful.
so no.
God damn it, I was muted.
muted.
I'm good.
Actually going to show you a picture. Something vaguely resembling your. Here you go.
Oh, that's sweet looking.
Straight from Dark Souls.
Sort of. Very much Dark Souls.
Looks like plate.
Does he get an increase to intimidation?
Well, that could be.
Is there a helmet to go with this, or just chest and legs?
I would say it all kind of comes as a. So you do have the set.
Okay.
Does he look ridiculous with his snout sticking out of the front of the helmet?
I would say that it's not unheard of to have Dragonborn variant available.
Do you have Dragonborn what?
Variants of helmet available.
Okay.
And do all their helmets look funny?
Yeah, does the helmet just look silly in general?
I mean, it's Dragonborn shaped.
Here's a logistical question. When a Dragonborn opens their mouth, does the top end hinge or does the bottom end hinge?
I mean, usually bottom ends hinge.
I know.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
just-
unless the whole top of your face just moves when you open your mouth.
Okay.
That's reasonable, right?
Well, but like crocodiles, I think and alligators, their top opens. Doesn't it?
No.
No?
I don't think so.
Yeah, their top opens.
Yeah. That was why I was asking, because I always imagine Dragonborn being like alligator people walking upright.
Or like dragon people.
Alligators and crocodiles and associated species also have eyes attached to, pretty close to that. Unlike dragonborns.
Oh. Okay. Fair enough. Just a question.
Yeah. So, having just made quite the purchase, next.
I'm walking around trying to get used to the heavy armor.
I'm searching my pockets for anything that may have a gem in it that I could feed this thing. I still want to see it eat.
Do you have?
I don't. I have a key. I don't know what the hell the key's for, but I have a key. I don't know where I got it, but...
We have the Orb of Sending. And Starfruit.
I pull out a key and I the key out of my pocket. Say, hey, I got a key. We just got to find out what door it goes in.
Is it your house key?
I look at it. Is it my house key? I don't fucking have any idea. I don't think it is.
No, it is not your house key.
I would assume I got it close to the same place as... in the same place as the ring. Because I have the ring, a key, and then symbol of Orcus. So...
Yeah, actually, if you'd like, you can go ahead and make a history check.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. That's enough to remember that this is the key to box Farrag Ledford's nasty bedroom stuff.
Oh, that's right! The box of dildos and shit, yes. Okay. Key to box of dildos. Okay. Good to know. So I'm just like standing there holding the key up, trying to think of what it goes to, and I go, you just see my expression change from, what the fuck is this, to, oh, to, that's what that is. And I just kind of put it back in my pocket with like a disgusted look on my face. Never mind, guys. It's not a key to anything we want. Well, Trogdor might, but...
Oh.
Okay, I guess, I'll look back at what the hell was his name? Scala. Or did you tell us his name was Scala?
Yeah.
or its name? Okay. So I'll look back at Scotland and say, it's been a pleasure doing business with you. Unfortunately, I don't have any gems, or food, in your case, food. I may be back, though, because just for my sake, I'm kind of curious as to how you eat a gem.
He has a mouth.
Well, I understand that, but gems are kind of rough.
He's a rock.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but I still want to see it. It's maybe interesting. Okay. Anyway, thank you and have a good day, and I'll turn and kind of like walk off and yeah.
Okay. All right. So what's next?
Wait, I'm curious. What's the base AC of that heavy plate armor? Is it the same as plate?
Yes.
Okay. Following anyone else? I don't have anything else to do.
Should we just wander around the city till we find somebody that will take us to the prime material plane?
Bungdo would like to find a spice dealer.
Okay. Sure, that's easy enough.
I'll follow Bungdo.
All right. So yeah, after a few minutes wandering around, not that you come across a roadside spice dealer set up in sort of a cart, very reminiscent of like a mall kiosk kind of thing. It's all sorts of small vials, bottles, ground up this and that, to be seen all. And standing there working it, you see kind of looks like a pale-skinned female tiefling.
Oh. Hello. Do you have any spices?
Just kind of like looks down at you, blink, looks over at the cart, blink.
I look over at the cart too, and then walk over and just start touching things.
She walks over and just swats her hand down.
Is this the
Well,
equivalent
you don't
of
want
like,
me to touch it. Don't bloody make me look there.
What were you saying, Taylor?
I was just gonna say, is this like the equivalent of like a teenager working at a kiosk in the mall, though?
Kind of getting that vibe.
Okay.
Can I help you?
She speaks. Well, I did say I would like some spices. What kind of spices do you have?
She looks back over at the cart. Lots of them.
Bungdo readies produce flame. Indeed. Well, do you have any rare spices from around these parts?
Prime, huh?
Hmm?
Yes. We really should put a name tag on that says, "Hi, we're from the Prime."
I think they can tell.
That was sarcastic.
Bungdo just sighs and starts walking away.
Sassy little to sassy.
I don't need fucking spices.
You just have the best luck with spice dealers.
Well, the gnomish one wasn't bad. Because he's gnomish. There's some ounce of respect.
Yeah, every other spice dealer's a problem.
Were the
Yeah.
spices labeled?
They were.
I'm gonna pick the most exotic sounding one and just buy a tiny bit of it.
Okay. When you say a tiny bit,
What does it go for? For like a vial of it.
for a vial of it, looking at like 50 gold.
Oh. Yeah, fuck it. I'll buy a vial of it. Just to piss Bungdo off.
Okay. So go ahead and add bottle of Fey Pollen to your inventory.
That does sound exotic.
That does sound extremely exotic. I'm gonna pop the stopper and just barely sniff it. I just want to see if it smells like anything.
It definitely smells like something. It's overwhelming. Like the smell of every flower you've condensed down to a bottle under your nose.
Wow. Okay. I'm happy with that. And I hand her 5 platinum.
All right. And as she puts the platinum away, just kind of like half-heartedly, "Have a good day."
Thank you, you too.
Kind of dismissive nod.
I was waiting for her to say I won't.
Okay. What's next?
I'm still just looking at everything.
Do I see any gray dwarves?
Yeah, you do. You've seen a number of them kind of milling about in the crowd. Not any more represented than any of the other, what you would consider to be weird races. But yeah, they're certainly around.
Are they making shifty eyes at me?
No, not really.
Oh. Huh. I'll just point one out and say, hey Lilith, have you ever worked with any of those guys? Like, or at least those type of people?
A gray dwarf? I don't know what a gray dwarf is.
Duergar?
Laura, not Lilith. What?
Duergar?
Yeah.
It's the same thing as a drow, except dwarf.
Yeah, it's the underground dwarf.
Sure, we'll say Lil.
I mean, you probably had some dealings with them.
Yeah. Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. There's probably a nice bar in this town.
Okay, I'm down to drink.
You would be. Dwarf.
Well, yeah.
Ow.
Don't hurt yourself. Write it down, though.
I hurt myself yesterday.
And every other day.
Yeah. I don't know how, though.
By being you.
Yeah, but I do have, like, an open wound on my thumb.
Ugh.
Off to the Lady of Pain.
I think we're supposed to cause widespread mayhem, and that was what brings her to you.
Oh, okay.
Just
I'm
find her.
bailing through the crowd.
As an aside, did you want Bartholomew to accompany you, or are you leaving him back at the tavern or whatever?
If he wants to come with us, he can.
So, yeah, he's been kind of keeping to himself, around, and yeah, just keeping out of the way. But should you have any requests, he seems kind of
Hey,
bad.
hey Bartholomew, have you ever seen that one of those guys? Then I kind of gesture towards back where the smithy was. Have you ever seen one of those guys eat?
Yeah, everybody's got to eat.
Yeah, but is it like rocks grinding up a diamond or something, or like? I imagine it's quite a loud thing.
People, you put the food in your mouth, teeth, grind the stuff up, and it goes in, and don't ask no more questions after that.
All right, fair enough. I guess we probably should try to find somebody from the prime material plane.
I mean, there's lots of those, but there's lots of worlds in the Prime too.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah. You just telling me how you went from yours to whatever that other place was.
I think they wanted to call it Taldore now. But I'm not sure exactly what it was before that. But I thought they were a different plane. I didn't think they were in the same... Like I said, I'm a little new to this. I don't really know how planes work.
Well, it wasn't one of the hells thing. Didn't sound like the abyss. Didn't
Nope.
sound like any of the other afterlife type planes, and didn't sound like an elemental. So, best guess is it was probably still.
Oh. Okay.
Bartholomew, would you want to travel with us and see what our world is like?
I mean, I don't know. Just tag along.
Yeah, I could always bring you back.
I mean, suppose I could entertain the idea. But, I don't know how much help I'd be. I'm just sort of a tour guide here.
No worries.
Anything I can direct you to?
Well, Lilith mentioned a bar, and I am quite thirsty all of a sudden. So, I guess any good bars you would recommend?
Can I do a perception check to see if Bungdo heard him say bar?
Sure.
I wasn't being quiet.
I mean, roll again? With roll?
Undo.
Perfect.
We lost Phil.
Oh, god damn it.
Muted yourself.
I don't I don't know how it got muted. I didn't even like I have to toggle it, and I'm like 99% sure I didn't.
You literally just said something, so yeah, I would say you probably did not. There you go.
Bungdo literally sprints faster than you've seen horses sprint up to Togar and says, I'll come too.
Alright. I'll look at Bartholomew and say, so, any good bars?
Oh, I can think of one or two. And pauses, thinks for a moment, and just says, "Follow me."
Alright.
All right. And once again, as seems to be the pattern, he's leading you to a place where he can, maybe score some food or drink. But yeah, so he leads probably another 4 or 5 blocks down the road that you've already been. Down to a actually pretty sizable establishment. Kind of has its own building located right at the intersection that you find yourselves walking up to. And looking around, you can see kind of the area of town that it's in. It's actually kind of nice. Lots of kind of multicultural stuff going on. It seems as though there are different shops representing various cultures from, well, presumably all around the plains. You do see a few you now recognize as Zorn walking about, as well as some other humanoid type creatures that you haven't really had any dealings with. Don't necessarily recognize.
Any of them I see that I don't recognize, I'm asking Bartholomew what they are.
Okay. So yeah, as you're walking around, you see Zorn, more standard like humanoid type race, like what material. He points out a few different types of golems that are walking around, kind of in the service of some of the traditional races you see. As you look by a pair of vaguely reptilian-looking ladies, he points out that those, best he can tell, are Yuan Ti.
Huh.
And all manner of demons, devils, angels, just crazy mashup of all conceivable culture.
And the devils and angels are all just mingling together, or are they, like, staying away from each other?
Not mingling, per se. They're not exactly on friendly terms. But they tend to walk by one another, not really acknowledging each other's.
Okay, so they're just another person walking down the street.
Yeah, more or less.
Huh. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm. And you see a lot of the races that you might have heard of, but not necessarily had dealings with. A lot of the goblinoid races, hobgoblins, ogres, and things of that sort. All just sort of mingling in with the rest of civilization.
They're not being evil, they're not ripping people's heads off, nothing?
No.
Huh. That's strange. I guess I'll say so. Hey, Bartholomew. So are everybody here from a different plane, or are they all from this plane, or do you guys get a lot of visitors?
Probably more visitors. Suppose it depends on what you mean by from. I was born here. Not really any native races to the cage, other than, well, the lady herself.
Right, but on the prime material plane, those guys, and I'll point towards some ogres, and then I'll look around and see if I can find a dwarf or something, or just point to myself. I'll say, those guys and my kind kill each other on sight. So it's a little weird seeing them just walk around and, not throttling everything that they see.
Well, it's important to remember that not everything that Sigil stays in. Lady and the Mercy Killers really put the kibosh on all the bad stuff that might happen in the streets.
You said the Mercy Killers. Who are they?
How would I put it? The self-appointed White Knights of.
If you see one, point one out to me.
He kind of looks around at the crowd and kind of mutters under his breath, "Oh, there's usually not one too." And as he kind of surveys all the people milling about, he does point out one kind of imposing-looking armored figure. It's hard to even tell what race this person would be, because they are, much like Trogdor now, just covered in metal.
I flex.
Huh?
I said I flex.
But what you can make out, and what you're guessing kind of tagged him in Bartholomew's eye, a distinctive crest that's been painted on to either pauldron of this heavy metal armor. It appears to be almost looks like a winged serpent, or maybe some sort of distant relative of a dragon, like a legless wyvern. But it seems to be just facing forward, wings kind of framing it on either side, and this twisting, curling body sort of wrapping in on it along the bottom of this press.
Far away is this?
Kind of like across the street from where you are right now.
I shout out hello in Draconic and just wave my arm above my head.
Okay. Don't really seem to get any response. He doesn't look like he's really paying attention to you. And it is a loud street. Remember, you're in the market district, essentially an interplanar trade hub.
Me. You guys want to go over there?
Yep.
Sure.
Why not?
Have fun. And Bartholomew just sort of leans back against the wall and watches.
I thought that was Eric saying have fun. I was like, oh no, what have we done?
All right, so you walk over, and this figure's just kind of standing around, kind of casually glancing around the area, not really acknowledging any particular.
I want to get closer to it and, just like before, wave at it and say hello in Draconic.
All right. Noticing now that you're kind of gesturing at him, the large armored figure kind of pulls up the visor of his helmet, and you hear this kind of low rumbly. Just says, "Can I help you?"
Could you help us with directions?
Do I look like a tour guide?
Oh, I'm not really from here. I'm from the Prime.
Of course you are.
Would you have any idea how I can get back there?
This is the city of doors. You could try a door.
Do you know which one?
Lots of them.
Isn't it illegal to just break into somebody's house or somebody else's door?
In most cases, yes.
And wouldn't that be punishable by, well, you guys?
In most cases, yes.
Is there a less getting killed by you method of getting to the Prime?
Less deadly.
Find a door that doesn't lead into someone's house.
Okay.
How do we know which doors belong to people?
Have to find out.
We could open it.
He just kind of stands there, still surveying the crowd, not really taking the time to engage with you.
Looking at what little skin I can see in the visor, is he humanoid? Is he...
This particular one, you can see kind of a greenish tint to the skin, and some kind of smaller from behind the lips. So your best guess would probably be half orc.
Oh. Okay. Okay, well, thank you for the information. I'll go join Bartholomew, just leaning against the wall.
Okay. And you just kind of get this dismissive,
I'll go lean up against the wall next to Bartholomew and go, "Pfft, he's a half-orc, he doesn't know anything."
You are so racist.
You didn't hear that. I'm across the street from you.
You don't know how good ears drow have.
I mean, they are elves.
But it's also an extremely busy street.
Anyway,
You
in
don't
response to what Togar says, Bartholomew just looks over and says, "You do know they call primes the clueless, right?"
What do they call half-orcs from Prime?
Clueless.
Oh. Well, I guess most people deserve that.
Kind of looks back over at the rest of your group. Says, "Yeah, they do."
Yeah.
Is anybody else doing anything with the Mercy Killer, or are you just standing there awkwardly?
I want to ask him if it would be okay if I could summon my steed.
No concern of mine, just don't kill anyone.
Okay. And I just kind of cross back over to the street near Togar and I start summoning it.
Okay, you doing like a whole ritual? You taking like 10 minutes to summon your steed?
Yep.
Okay. Performing a ritual in the back alley. Alright.
About halfway through that, I'll look over at Bartholomew and go, yeah, most of the prime material plane deserves to be called clueless. As we're standing there watching Trogdor perform his ritual.
Yeah, he's just got this little smirk on his face, like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, how about those of you who aren't summoning a small platinum drake?
Everything is fascinating.
Everything is fascinating?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Maya is being fascinated.
Yep.
Okay. So, before too long, a platinum drake appears for Trogdor to ride around on, or whatever you do. Just sort of materializing out of this mist that kind of collects down by his feet. All right.
Cool beans.
Yeah. So, continuing into the bar then after that little sidetrack, or did Trogdor have something he wanted to do with his steed?
Just sitting out on it.
Okay.
Are you gonna take that into the bar?
There's a room?
He's probably gonna try.
There's probably not room, but that hasn't necessarily stopped Trogdor.
You gonna land it on the roof?
He's gonna Misty step it into the bar.
That's what I was thinking. Is the room in the bar, just not the doorway?
I mean, probably land on somebody.
Oh, never mind. I'll just stay out
Do
here.
it. Do it.
Do it. Let's see what that.
Glomdy, the voice of reason.
Let's see what that half orc has. The Mercy Killer.
Liliana. Wait, who's summoning a steed? Who has a steed? Trogdor?
Trogdor.
Yeah, Trogdor.
Bungdo is a steed.
Did I say Liliana? That was my other
Yes, you
character.
did.
Yeah.
Lilith goes over to Bung. I've been hanging out with my friend Captain Morgan, so pardon me. Lilith goes over to Trogdor and says, "I'll give you 5 gold if you Misty step that into the bar right there."
No, I don't want to die, thank you.
What? Come on, it'll be fun.
I walk over, hop on. Wait, how did you Misty step it in?
I have to be
He
on
hasn't.
Well, no, like I'm saying, how do you do that? Do you just get on it and cast Misty Step?
Anything I can use on myself, it can use on my steed as well.
Oh, so I couldn't come over and Misty Step your steed in?
Don't think so.
Fuck! I was gonna just come over and like lean up against it and just Misty Step it into the bar and then walk back out and say, "Give me my 5 gold."
And that is how Togar dies.
That would be so trolly.
I mean, you were warned.
Oh, I'm not talking about like if I did it. I mean, if you have the ability to just walk around and misstep other people's mounds.
Oh, yeah.
Or just Misty Step other people's stuff in general. Just walk over to somebody's car, hit it, and you're next thing you know, you're in fucking Egypt.
With great power comes great responsibility.
No, with great power comes great irresponsibility.
That's why you're limited to how often you can cast that a day.
I'm just sitting outside the bar on my feed.
As happy as can be.
I'm gonna go in and get a drink.
I will also go in.
Okay.
Bungo's already in there. He's in his third beer. Bungo follows. Because Bungo requires a drink.
Okay. Yeah. So you all head in, and from what you can gather, it's to make a real world comparison here. It's kind of like the Five Guys of booth sales. They got a really small menu, but everybody seems to be fucking crazy about what they got. So they've got a house mead, a house ale, and a house stout.
I'm going on a long shot. Do they have the one I like? I'm scrolling through all of my
I
notes.
have no idea what you said. You're going on a long shot. That's
Oh, I said I'm going on a long shot. I'm searching to find what kind it was that I liked. I'm trying to remember. Bjelkesen.
Yeah. They they do not have Bjelkesen.
Damn
Everything
it.
they have is made in house. But Bjelkesen was a type of mead.
Yes. Okay, mead. All right, I'll try their mead then.
Okay.
I want food.
All right. Well,
Window
your
produces
choices are wheat porridge, dried crayfish and beetroot, or salted crab and buckwheat bread.
Ooh, I want that.
I want to try the salted crab.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. Everybody puts in their orders. After not all that long, food comes out, and well-cooked meal. I mean, it's probably among the best tavern meals you've ever had.
Yum. I'm satisfied.
Roll for how good it was.
Do I get to roll with advantage because you told me it was delicious?
Yep, I fucking absolutely loved it.
Sure. If this is where we're going, yeah. If you want to roll to see how much you like your food.
Nah, I didn't roll it right.
17.
2d20.
There we go.
Ah, my food's shit.
I asked if I could roll with advantage, so I did.
Wait, how did you not roll right, Phil?
How'd you get
I
a
did-
30?
Because I rolled.
Not how advantage works.
She rolled 2 of them.
It didn't have an option to roll a 20 with advantage, so I rolled 2, and it shows me the individual ones.
I did roll 1d20, not roll d20.
Yeah. that
Oh,
one.
you actually rolled a 1 on a d20.
Yeah.
Sort of. I think it just kind of ignored the d20. Honestly, it just says like roll.
Oh, yes, it did. You're right.
Basically, just told it to roll a 1.
Yep.
Yeah, you have to do roll 1d20 without the space.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, so overall, tend to like your food. Though, I don't know, maybe Lilith's not a fan of seafood or something.
It's
Well, there's not
exotic.
seafood underground.
That's fair. Yeah,
Much of it.
so, dig in and kind of just shoot the shit, really. And there's kind of this constant dull roar of conversation going on all around. People trading stories about all the crazy shit they've done in this plane and other ones. Disappearing villages. People surviving a boat ride over a lake of lava and some kind of Feywild dragon excursion thing. Yeah, just people having their bar talk. Not sure how much of it's true, but it's certainly talk.
Is the barkeep human? The humanoid? What is the barkeep?
A surprisingly, shall we say, stout-looking male elf.
Huh.
Let's think of
Are you
apples with
saying
a big.
stout like a normal human kind of thing?
Yeah, like kind of borderline pudgy, like proportionally looks more like call it like a Bosmer from Elder Scrolls, where they've got that kind of chubby face thing going on.
Huh. Okay.
Seems, friendly enough. Um, Gets you your food and handles all the niceties as well expected to do.
I guess I'll ask him. Do you happen to know a way to get to the plane or to the, I guess, continent of Astian in the Prime Material plane by any chance? Or do you know of anybody who has a way to get to that?
I'm sorry, but I don't do a lot of travel myself. I really wouldn't even know where to start, to be honest.
Yeah, so you're in the same boat we are. Okay. Alright. Okay, well, thanks. And then I guess I will kind of look back toward Bartholomew and say, so you think we should stay here for the night? Would this place be good enough to stay?
Probably will be getting dark soon.
Is there
Suppose-
anything else that is out of place compared to the Prime Material plane versus here? Like, is it dangerous outside at night? Are there, like, killer wasps or something?
He tells you, well, I haven't spent all that much time on the Prime Material, but I mean, there's certain neighborhoods you don't want to go to after dark, but pretty normal.
Okay.
You won't just die if you stay outside when it's dark, but probably not the worst idea to find somewhere to stay.
Okay, good to know. Yeah, Prime Material plane, I mean, not much happens at night. It's just dark. So, gets a little colder.
What kind of things come out in the dark?
Bartholomew just kind of looks at it and says, well, it's nothing really out of the ordinary, just you know, people aren't as attentive, and things and people can occasionally go missing.
Right. So, bartender, I'll have 3 rooms. Is it? Or I kind of look at the group. 3 rooms.
I mean, me and
Bungdo
Lilith
shrugs and
need
nods.
And then I look at Tractor. Shit, we forgot Kex.
Kex can sleep with me.
No, no, I'm joking. It's just we never mentioned him coming or being with us at all. I assumed we had him.
Yep.
Is Kex the Drake?
No.
He's the Cobalt.
Kex. Yeah, I forgot about the Cobalt.
Just sleep, Bobo.
Aw, Bobo. Oh, what a relief when he died, though.
You drowned him!
What? I didn't drown him.
Yes,
Wow.
you did!
He got, like, smashed or something.
No, you drowned him.
Ah,
Oh, he'll be in a better place, says she as she strangles him.
I don't know. Remy did love jumping into the water, so maybe you're right.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
So, yeah, I guess we'll do 3 rooms.
Okay. Yeah. So you are pleased to your accommodations for the night. They're probably what you'd call above average, cozy little rooms.
I'll say, oh, by the way, send the
Well-maintained.
bill to her and point towards Maya. 'Cause I don't have any money.
I just nod.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, let's see. Accommodations for the night. Call 2 gold.
Okay, I will drop 2 gold.
Okay.
I'll just drop it out of my personal funds because I'm lazy.
Fair
You
enough.
just drop it on the ground.
Yep.
I drop it on the counter.
It's rude. Rude.
Reaches in her pocket, just kind of throws it at the bartender.
Yeah. So, all right. You've got your rooms for the evening. Anything you'd like to do before bedtime?
Hey, Bungdo, let's drink, and I throw him a wink.
Bungdo just chugs it.
Is there a window in my room? I
There
want
is.
to look through it and people gaze.
Okay.
After spending time in the bar, people gazing.
I'm a
All
people
the
gaze
people
with Maya.
Just glaring at people. Or staring.
I'm just getting a feel for the place.
Maya,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Looking outside at that.
Cool.
The fuck?
Who's the fire dude?
I want to be that fire dude.
Yeah, his costume's lit.
And then there's Haggard in the background.
Hagrid.
And Dumbledore.
It's Diagon Alley.
Is that a Death Eater back in the back?
Maybe it's Gandalf, okay? Maybe it's the gray wizard guy that we were looking for.
Yeah, let's just go beat him up and steal his cape. That'll be a lot easier. This is our barroom talk.
But that's pretty cool to look out at. I'm just looking at all these different species.
I bought a water balloon out of my pocket. Hey, Maya. You want to drop this on some people?
This will probably not be the best time.
Okay.
I'd be the better one for you to ask about that.
Unless we drop it on the fire, dude. That'd be terrible.
God.
Let's save this guy. Put him on the fire.
Do I still have detect magic on? It lasts for an hour. Probably not. I spent more than an hour.
Yeah, probably not.
Alright.
Okay. So other than people watching and getting slammed down at the bar,
Wanna come in and get some food and a room.
you kind of T-pained out there for a second. What was that?
Wanna come in and get some food and a room.
You already got your room.
Yeah, but he comes in and grabs some food and maybe hangs out with the other guys who are having some drinks. Okay.
Somewhere in the middle of it all, I want to try to, I would like to try to cast Mage Hand and see if I can attempt to pickpocket anything out of Trogdor with his new armor. I want to see if I can just find any opening to pickpocket him with.
You would.
Yeah. Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
That he would. Okay. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check.
I know.
Okay. So Trogdor, you feel a hand.
Where at?
I don't know where at.
Essentially, I'm basically like sliding around like where the top and the bottom kind of meet, trying to see if I can find a gap to wiggle the hand in and pickpocket you.
Yeah, you are.
Turn it into a steamy romance D&D session.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Right around the hips.
He's feeling up his upper thigh.
I'll look to see what's touching me.
As you feel a hand caressing you around the hips. Familiar bluish hand hovering. And what do you do?
Are you doing this with your hand or mage hand?
No, Mage Hand. I'm just sitting up at the bar drinking, just being as casual and cool as I can be, while like kind of I have a look of like kind of a far off, spaced out look on my face because I'm controlling the hand. But yeah, other than that, I'm just every now and then I'll take a drink.
So I noticed Togar nearby.
I'm sitting right next to you.
You've seen him use
probably.
mage hand before. I would imagine that Togar's mage hand is probably the first thing that comes to mind. Let's see. The source of caressing.
Just swat the hand away. Tap that.
I just start drunkenly laughing, just laughing extremely hard. Like it shouldn't be that funny, but
Oh, it's
just-
turning into one of those experimental.
no. Like Togar's getting to the
Then
point
he
where-
might be giggling.
Yeah, he's basically like slap happy drunk at this point.
Okay.
So
Wait, so am I in a room with one of you, or do I have to get my own room?
it's probably me, Bungdo, have one, Maya, Lilith have another, and then you get yours with Kex.
Alright. How much does the room cost?
Uh,
A third of 2 gold.
Yep.
I'll just
So about 7 silver.
give a gold.
To who?
The barkeeper or whatever.
We already paid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, literally, we already paid for
Yeah.
3 rooms.
I'll just
So,
give it to you then next time I see you.
Okay.
after a couple seconds, you feel the hand back at your waist side, and you notice I'm trying to shove a key in your in your pocket.
What is this key to?
Your room.
Or his heart. Find out
Aw.
today.
I want an insight check.
It would have been better if you said my room.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Go
God.
ahead. That's a persuasion from me, then.
Well, is it the room key or is it a different key?
No, I'm trying to put the room key in his pocket.
Not the dildo's key.
No, no, I put that in a different pocket.
Okay. I mean, he doesn't seem to be lying, Trogdor.
Alright, I'll take the key and go to the room.
I didn't tell you which one. I just told you it's your room key.
He goes through all the rooms, putting the key in all the locks until it fits.
How many rooms are there?
Probably 80 to 100.
At this point, I'm starting to wish I would have given him the dildo key.
Wait, so you didn't tell me which room it's for?
Nope, I don't even think I know what room it is. I just asked for 3 rooms, he gave me 3 keys, and Maya took 1.
I'm not gonna
I
go
probably
around.
asked which room it was.
Yeah, but at this
You
point,
don't
I'm
care.
drunk. Yeah, I'm drunk as hell.
I
I
remember.
really have no idea.
I asked the bartender which room this key's for.
Yeah, and you're told it's room 232.
Do I have room 231?
You do not. You have room 234.
230 what?
4.
Oh.
Once I'm in the room, I want to pray for like an hour to Bahamut for any kind of guidance, how we can get back.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Anything
else you guys would like to do before turning in for the evening?
I want Maya to teach me some card tricks. By card tricks, I mean cheating at cards.
I don't cheat.
What? You told me you played cards.
I do, but I don't cheat. I just
How do
get
you-
good.
Alright.
Called out.
Alright, are you gonna show me some card stuff?
Yeah,
Alright, cool. I have purple playing cards.
I teach her like magic tricks with them.
Just the way you said that, and you think of Napoleon Dynamite. Just. Yes.
Teach her to build a house of cards.
I want to nudge Bungdo in my drunken state. Just, basically like throw my upper body at him. Be like, Bungdo, we should try that coin out.
Oh, God. Bungdo gives him the coin.
I'll have another one, barkeep, and I'll put the coin down. Start giggling.
Bungo's pretty shit faced at this point, so he just like chuckles, and his head falls on the table.
Bungo just chuckles and
Oh.
all right. Yeah, so he takes the coin and goes to, kind of put it in the coffers behind the bar. Begins to pour your drink.
So you said he put it in the coffers. Like, what is it? Just a jar?
Yeah, it's kind of like an open-topped, kind of divided tray, essentially.
Huh.
So
Like
it's
a silverware tray kind of thing?
sort of, yeah. It's got different compartments for different denominations, that kind of stuff.
Okay. Okay. I'll get my drink from him, and when he starts going about his other business, I will it back to myself.
Okay. Go ahead and make a... let's call that a sleight of hand check. You're good at choosing when to do these things from your nature.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, the just sort of see it kind of wiggle a little bit sitting there. And kind of intensifies. Just when the barkeep, it just launches back out of the tray and into your hand.
You said when he turns around?
When at the most opportune time.
Okay, good. Okay.
When he turns, like further away, not turning to look.
Gotcha. Cool. And I will catch it in my hand, and then I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna put it in like the little pouch on my belt.
Oh god.
And then I'm gonna pull it out, drop it, and try to see if I can will it back to my belt.
Okay. Alright, so you drop the coin, and it just clatters to the ground. Seem to return.
It doesn't, you said?
It does not.
Alright, I'll will it to come back to my hand then.
That it does.
Good to know. I will, at this point I'm pretty sloshed. I will cast Mage Hand, put the coin in that coin in the Mage Hand, and just kind of put it, drunkenly have it float over and drop it in Bungo's pocket. Just so he has
You kind of T-pained out for a second. What was that?
Oh, sorry. I said I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, give the coin to Mage Hand, and then carry it over and drunkenly put it in Bungo's pocket. Of his robe.
Okay.
While he's passed out, and then I'm gonna hop off the stool and try to get Bungo woke up.
Alright, as you start to hop off the stool, you feel a hand thump down on your shoulder.
You cut out a little bit. What was that?
As Togar begins to climb down off, he feels a heavy armed hand come down on his shoulder, kind of grabbing him by it. And Togar, you hear this low voice say, "I think you need to pay your tab."
I'll drunkenly look over and go at him. Is it the same, or does it look like the same dude that we saw standing outside?
Yeah.
Let me wake up, Bungo.
What?
What?
You're the one who gave him the coin?
I know, but I don't have any money.
You fuck.
I literally have nothing. So kind of shake Bungdo awake and say, Bungdo, we need a gold. No, not that one. A gold, though.
I hand him a fucking gold.
All right. And I assume Togar pays the bill.
Yeah.
Technically, Bungdo does. Togar just handed it to him.
Yeah, no, Bungdo paid the bill.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the owner of the large armored hand, wise choice, turns around, kind of saunters off, deeper back area of the.
And I actually was sobered up just by slightly by the fact that, oh shit, you know, like, this guy fucking noticed me from across the bar and knew what's going on. So I'm like, all right, Bungdo, come on, let's go. We gotta go, Bungdo. I'm trying to pull him as best I can and get him to go up to the room. Any response from Bungdo?
He's muted, probably.
Son of a bitch. Bungdo just kind of groggily, kind of, you know, clears his throat, kind of preps himself, wakes himself up, and then he goes with you upstairs to die.
You're not gonna die.
It will in the morning.
Alright. Yeah, I'll go up. I'll, like, if I can, kind of, like, pick Bungdo up and, like, kind of throw him on the bed, and then I'll just pass out, like, face first on the foot of the bed.
Okay. Anything else anybody would like to do before bedtime?
That prayer for an hour.
Okay. So, yeah. We'll turn into the evening. The nice, restful night's first night in, and pick up there next